Yo, welcome to the Guys Podcast. We're here for another episode. I got the usual suspects. I got my bro, Omar Muhammad. What's good, bro?
What's happening, family? Everything good, beloved? How you?
Chilling, bro. I can't complain. And I got the other homie, Tiffany. How are you?
Hi, how are you guys doing today?
Good, good.
Good, good,
How's everybody feeling today?
Okay.
good. Thank God.
Good, good, good. So let's get into
How
this
you though,
topic.
bro?
Oh, my bad. I'm good. I'm all right. I'm straight. Good day. Nothing to complain about. Like I always
There you
say, if
go.
you could complain about it, think about ways to fix it instead of
Mm,
complaining.
Good.
Um, so you guys ready for this topic?
Yes, sir.
Let's get
yes.
into it. Um, should men avoid women that don't know how to be bored? Should women, I'm sorry, should men avoid women that don't know how to be bored? Um, what you think?
I gotta go first.
Yeah.
Yeah. My answer to that is just first I'll say this. I think anyone who cannot be by themselves for an extended period of time, that shows a problem, right? You have a problem with yourself initially. But I think it's particularly dangerous when a woman can't be alone by herself because she is always going to be looking for some form of attention or validation, and she's going to do whatever she needs to do to get that. And we know women can get attention very easily, and she can, when she feeds into the attention, it can lead to promiscuity and also adultery and fornication. So um, that's just a dark rabbit hole to go down when you're bored, right? Men, when they're bored, they just have to stay bored, right? They got to call somebody, they got to play some video games, they got to do something
Yeah.
if it's not really self reflection. A woman, she doesn't have to do much in order to get much. So it's a dangerous thing for her to be bored. And when you're not away, if you're especially if you're in a relationship with a woman and you're away and you're not there to entertain her, which you should be entertaining her anyway, right? But if you're not there to really entertain her, she will stray. And I'm not with it, right? I'm a boring guy myself, so I want a girl that can be bored.
Tip, I can't ask you the same question because, you know, it's a little bit different for you. But what do you think about women who can't be bored, women who need constant stimulation, women that always have to be having fun? Do you think that a woman like that can potentially present problems in a relationship?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Um, I it depends on what she's doing to occupy her time. First and foremost. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say, like you said, those women that have to have their friends around all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, the buddy system, the third wheel, going out
Mm-hmm.
every weekend, things like that. That's a problem, especially in a relationship. And I think that that should be, one of those questions during the get to know you portion of the first date. Like, what do you like to do for fun? And how often do you like to do it? And you know what I mean? And if she's like, oh my God, my girlfriends are my world and we go out all the time and da 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 da, we're like pitter and pat. I think that's a red flag. Um, Again, we have to think about age and maturity as well. If it's someone who's like 20 years old, college, that's understandable. But if we're talking, let's say 30 and over, 27 and up, and it's like, well, I'm a homebody. I like to stay home and cook. Do you read? Most people that like reading are homebodies. So like that's a really good telltale sign of someone who can be by themselves and be entertained, within their own mind.
Yeah.
But I think that that's the problem. I don't associate with females like that. I did have a friend um for a few years that was like always on the go. She was married. She was always in the mix, had a million group of friends, like different friend groups, and she's doing this with this group and that. And it was exhausting to be her friend. to be honest. And it was like, girl, don't you got kids? Like, what's your husband doing?
Mhm.
What's going on? And that friend actually was out there doing the most. Um, and so I'm not gonna put it out there and say that every woman is doing the most and being inappropriate when they're out and about. But I will say that if people can't be comfortable within their own skin, it's really impossible for them to be comfortable in a relationship, because that means that they need attention from multiple people all the time to feel validated. So one person isn't going to be good enough, or themselves is not good enough.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I think those are both good. Um, you guys both gave some good insights to that. I strongly believe that men should stay away from marrying and getting into serious relationships with women that require constant stimulation. If you think about it, I personally believe that the best relationships and marriages are boring. I think people have to be comfortable with being bored, because even if you look at stepping away from relationships, anything that you do for mental health, for physical health, financial health, I think is mundane, is boring, and it lacks excitement. Think about the things that are exciting: hanging out, partying, right? What people may consider fun and exciting: drinking, smoking, hanging out, partying. Those are things that take you away from your grind, from the things that you need to do to go after your goals. So I think the same types of personality traits that is required for success independently should be taken into a relationship, right? I mean, yes, should you find new things to do to keep the relationship fun and fulfilled? Yes. But that shouldn't be what the relationship is built off of. So I honestly believe that in order to have a successful, healthy relationship, you have to be willing to embrace boredom and should really consider dating and only marrying women who are okay with being bored. So, have you ever dated a woman that you said to yourself, maybe you didn't know when you first started dating her, but did you ever get into a situation to where is that you started to notice that a woman that you were dating had to constantly be in the mix, be mixy, be having fun, doing some shit, like she couldn't just sit down?
Yeah, yeah. It was only one girl though, right? And funny thing was, but I knew ahead of time, so I just loved her for whatever it was. But I knew she wasn't going to get me seriously on that level at that point in time. You know what I mean? So um, I let her do whatever she wanted to do, but I knew that she wasn't going to be that. So it didn't really bother me because I already put in my mind that this isn't going to be a thing, right? Because I knew it wasn't a fit. She wanted it to be a thing, but
Mm,
you know, I didn't allow it to be whatever she wanted it to be because she was constantly partying, drinking, out, wanting to be seen. It was just too much for me. You know what I mean? But you also have to know yourself to know I cannot get into a situation with a woman like that, right? Because
yeah,
sometimes you get caught up by the girl, she looks good, or this, that, and the third, and she may talk to you nice, and because this girl spoke to me nice, she was really nice, but she just lived a lifestyle that wasn't conducive to my lifestyle, so she had to get up out of here. You know what I mean? It's just exhausted, and that was that. You're not gonna budge me on my standards. That's just one thing you're not gonna do. But yeah, to answer your question, absolutely, I've had that one, but typically I wouldn't even let those get near me. You know what I mean? I just let that one get near me because it was a good connection. You know what I mean? At first, um, on first sight, but other than that, it serves no purpose for me. You know what I mean?
oh, so like, I know you're very busy. You're always working towards what ultimately you want to accomplish, right? You have the acting school, you are an actor, you're a fitness coach, you have clients, you do a lot of reading, you do a lot of personal uh, things to better yourself. Oh, talk about how when in a relationship, you have to screen out for women that won't allow you to have your own space to do what you have to do as a man, and how her wanting to be around you, for a long period of time. How can that kind of, play into what we're talking about as far as her needing to be around you or using that as an excuse if she doesn't have access to you like she wants?
So you basically asking me like, how do I manage my time with the woman if she wants to be around me all the time?
Yeah, yeah, because like I said, a woman that can't be bored or be by herself and she needs constant validation or attention or needs you to be there constantly. How can that how would you handle a situation like that, like a needy woman, and then using that as an excuse to do things on her own because she can't have access to you all the time?
Listen, like for me, everything starts with a conversation. So I'm gonna have the conversation with you. First of all, I wouldn't pick a woman
Mm-hmm.
who couldn't be of value to me. You know what I mean? Like if when I'm with someone and I'm taking someone seriously, I have to know that she is capable of helping me in whatever it is that I want to do. If she cannot help me in whatever it is I want to do, she cannot be around me or cannot be taken seriously. But at this point, she just can't be around me. The time is just too valuable, right? But then if she is around me and she wants to constantly be around me, then she has to be of constant help. And then as a man, I just want my space to clear my mind on its own and do things on my own. So I'm just gonna have the conversation. Everything starts with a conversation, right? And if the conversation we don't align, then we just gotta cut it. It's just that simple. I think we all get caught up in emotions. Oh, I like him or I like her. This then I I don't care how much I've walked away from women that I've loved because it just didn't work. You know what I mean? It wasn't we didn't align. So the conversation needs to be had. If the conversation doesn't lead to a solution that's amicable for both of us, then we just did it. You know what I mean? It's just that simple. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's simple.
Mhm.
End it.
Oh, so did you always have this mindset in terms of how you view women that couldn't be bored when you were in like your teenage years and your early 20s, or is this a mindset that you just adopted now as you got older?
Funny enough, I've always been selective, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I've always been selective since I was younger. Because even when I saw how my father moved, my father wasn't a guy who had girls who were like crazy or like doing a whole lot. My pops was a simple guy too. He was always chilling. He had girls around him like friends, and he had his woman, but he was always super simple, super cool. So I just adopted that myself. I was just chill, and I was always selective with anyone that I would get involved. Any woman that I get involved with, I had to be super selective because I know that's going to take me out of my element. It just didn't feel right. I couldn't put it into the words that I'm putting it into now. But back then, I just knew it didn't feel right. So I'm like, nah, stay away from that.
Yeah.
That was just since my teenage years. You get what I'm saying?
Got you, got
So
you.
you got to know yourself. Even from that young, you got to know yourself. But I knew myself mainly because of my father. I saw how my father was, which was me, right? And I wanted to be like my father. I thought he was like the best person in the world, best man in the world. So I knew myself at that age, like, oh, I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. And I
That's
saw
what's
how
up.
he operated with any woman. So it was you couldn't get me to do something
So it's like a
like
learned
that. And
behavior.
the one time I did do that as a youngster, and she wasn't even really off the wall. I thought she was calm, but come to find out she was really a wholesome pretender. And she when I did find out, I did that.
Hmm.
Nah, nah. I mean, that's good that you had a father right there to actually show you, not just with his words, but with his actions, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's very important. Tiff, so like I strongly believe that, men should have certain things in place before they introduce a woman to their life, right? Like I don't think men should get the woman, then work on getting things in order. I think men should be husband ready, and I think women should be wife ready. But
Hmm.
unfortunately, men think that they can change women. What are some of the things that men should be looking at in terms of qualities when picking a woman, Tiff, and understanding that this woman is ready to step into a role and be a wife, and even if that role of wife means embracing being bored, not
Yeah.
needing excitement, because like I always say, like you can't find your wife at the club. To me, in my opinion, like you're not gonna find your wife at the bar. It's hard to take a woman that always needs to turn up and have fun and be around vibes and shit and turn her into a wife. It's better to see who a woman is naturally and understand what she embodies naturally so that she can be, a benefit to your life. What types of things, Tiff, can a man look at to see if this is a woman that can be okay being bored, and she's okay if she doesn't have stimulation all the time?
I think it's a two-part, because there's a difference between being bored
Mm-hmm.
versus being needy. And I think when men are basically interviewing, right,
Mm-hmm.
for the position, there are specific things to look for, and specific questions to ask. So things to look for in a woman who, one, is comfortable in their own skin. Like they're not out here worrying about what other people are doing or what other women are doing, right? If that woman is like, "Oh, go ahead, girl, congratulations," opposed to, "Oh, she thinks she's all that." Those are red flags, right? That woman is like in competition
Mm-hmm.
with everyone in their world. That means that they're always worried about what the next person is doing. Um, to me, that's key. If she's comfortable and confident within herself, that means she's focused on you and your relationship. Like I said, asking specific questions of, what do you like to do for fun or in
Mm-hmm.
your downtime? And if a woman is like, "I love going to the club, I love you know going places with my girlfriends every weekend," and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, because, like, if you have a standing brunch on Sundays with your girlfriends, that's cool. It all depends on what it is, right? But um I'm thinking, for a man, what you want to hear a woman say is, "I love to cook.
I was
Um,
about to say that.
I love kids. I spend time with my family, or whatever they're interested in. Oh, I love to paint."
You can't tell them too much, Tiff, because now they're gonna run game on us.
Yeah, I'm about to say, if you guys tell us the real shit, you talking in support of men right now, right? You helping us out, so give us all the secrets.
I am.
Like,
Sometimes, some topics, I'm all on board with this one, because I
okay,
think it needs to be. We can save the men in this episode. Um, but you, the problem is lack of communication. A lot of times we get into situationships because we did not ask the questions, or we assumed, you know, "Oh, well, I met her, I don't know, at church. So I thought she was a godly woman. So I didn't think to ask her, what she knew about the Bible or how long she was doing it." Because maybe the girl is at church because somebody told her you can meet a good man at church, right?
facts, facts.
So, ask those questions and be serious. And then, if a woman has a problem, and vice versa, right? This is for the women too. That's the whole point of the first couple of dates, is the get to know you. Let me peel back the layers. Tell me about yourself. You can tell right away if a woman is being genuine when you ask those questions, right? Because if a woman has to think about it, they're thinking, what does he want to hear,
Facts.
right? But if a woman off the bat is like, "I love my kids, and like I said, cooking, and I crochet sometimes, and I love reading,"
Hopefully, she don't have kids already, but
right, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, "Oh, you love reading. What book are you currently reading?" If she starts stuttering, um, mm,
mm,
red fish, blue fish, So I'm gonna say, like, that's when you'll get past those red flags. Sometimes a couple are gonna slip through, right?
mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
then, so the bored versus the needy. A woman who can be bored is a blessing, right? Like, I actually have to ask you guys a question. But
Mm-hmm.
I love, like, binging or sitting on the couch and reading my book. I love being in my own world a lot. And sometimes I could be a little aloof, but I don't mind going out to eat by myself, or taking a drive just because, or going to the movies because nobody else in the house wants to see this movie that I want to see, I'm not
Uh-huh.
like, oh, okay, I'll go to the movies by myself. Like I'm cool and comfortable with that. And again, ask those questions like, have you ever like eaten by yourself? I've actually asked those questions before, and it's hilarious. Like people are like, no, that's weird. And I'm like, that's not weird. Red flag. Again, depending on their answer to it, if you think going to the movies by yourself is weird, then you're not comfortable in your own skin. You know what I mean? But there's a fine line because a woman could come off as a homebody and you're like, oh, I've got the jackpot. She likes to be home, she don't go out. But that woman might turn into the most neediest person ever because they're bored and they have nothing to do and they're not comfortable in their own skin. They're texting you every 5 minutes. What are you doing? When you coming home? What, you 5 minutes late, things like that, where now all of a sudden they've attached to you like a succubus, and you're like, where did I get this extra appendage from? So,
Right.
you know, bored doesn't always equal confident and independent. Bored could
Right.
also mean very needy and attached.
Facts. And people don't understand. Like a lot of times, guys get become happy that they have a girl that's needy, but it's not that she's needy because it's you. That's a personality trait within her that she can supplement with someone else. Remember, that's them. So she's like this not just because it's only with you, but that's what she embodies, right?
Right.
So is you today, another guy tomorrow, or if you can't give her the time she thinks she needs, and she can supplement it with another guy. So that's very. I always like to ask, what type of hobbies do you have, right? Like, what are your passions? And I
Mhm.
tend to think that when women say things like hiking, I'm going to the gym, reading, I'm in a book club, or I am a homebody. But it's not just saying those things; it's also other things that she says along with her traits can kind of paint a picture. It's like you can't convict somebody with one piece of evidence. Well, you can, but it's better with more evidence that'll give you a more of an iron solid case, right? So it's very important, I think, in today's time. I don't know if you guys agree, but in my opinion, in today's time more than ever, because we have access to so many things from our
Mhm.
phones. A
Mhm.
person that's bored can hop on a phone and get instant fucking validation like that. Oh, I'm bored. I need attention. My husband's not home. Let me hop on Instagram. Let me put on, a cute outfit and let me get these DMs and shit. So I think not understanding or not knowing if your woman is okay being bored or not can fucking cost you your relationship,
Yeah, absolutely.
right?
Ask, I
I'm
was gonna
sorry, guys.
I was gonna ask you guys that um are you guys okay with a confident woman? Meaning
What's your
me
definition of confidence, Tiff?
okay, I'm gonna give you
That's a like,
an example, right? So let's say you're going
yo, Tiff always trying to like put some Trojan horses through, man.
Sneak some shit in here. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
man.
so
Never fails.
Trying to
confident
put that
meaning
medicine in the candy, man. Go ahead, Tiff. Go ahead. Go ahead.
confident in being bored, right? So let's say your woman wants to see this really girly movie. You don't, you're busy at work. She goes to the movies by herself to watch it. Like that type. All right, like
Wait till
does
that shit hit Netflix. Wait till that shit hit, right?
right, right. But no, no, seriously, because we're talking about the bored woman, right? And more than likely that bored woman is really confident in being in her own skin. You know what I mean? So whatever that may look like, that could look like sitting home and reading
Yeah, if you did that when you were single,
huh?
cool. When you did that when you were single, cool. But when I come around, you ain't going to no theater by yourself. You can be guys like me at theaters, right? And I'm gonna get you.
In the
Boy,
dark, in the front.
you know I get you.
And you know it's
You know
true.
it's
That's
true.
creepy.
I'll being funny. But
I'm
no,
gonna
there's
laugh
guys
at
there looking. You know what I'm saying? But look, I'm not looking for my woman to be in any position where she's vulnerable,
I'm
right?
about
Like
to
I
say
said
saying
at one
vulnerable,
point.
yeah.
Yeah, like at one point, like I said, man, like we live in a so-called Christian um country, right? And the Lord's Prayer says, "Lead us not into temptation and deliver us from evil." Why would I want my woman to be putting herself in a position of temptation? I know at the theater is mostly not likely. Well, it's not. There's not. It's not like a probability. It's a possibility of it happening, but nonetheless, I don't want it happening. So I don't want my girl at the theater because by herself. Because for one, it's safety issues. Anything can happen to her. Somebody can be preying on her, and then something happens to her, and that's a bad situation, right? Then it's just the creep stuff. You have that, and then you have guys looking for her, looking for women to bag at theaters. Like it's a thing. You know what I mean? So I'm not putting my girl in any vulnerable position. So no, I'm not comfortable with that, and whoever could call it whatever, but big Montaigne,
No,
you
no,
understand?
no, fair, fair.
Oh,
Because
oh, what you think about girls? I was gonna ask you, Tiff. What y'all think about girls? I'm sorry, Tiff. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, 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 go ahead.
What do you think about girls trips, Tiff? I'm bored. I need to go on a girls trip with my girls. We going to one of
Where
these,
y'all going?
islands. I don't know what. We going to Europe or I'm bored. I need to go to like
Okay, so I'm no one said no one says
PR,
I'm
DR.
bored. I'm bored. I need to go on a girls trip, right? Usually it's probably for a reason. It's someone's birthday. This
Now
is
the
some
girls want to get together, Tiff.
yeah,
The
yeah,
girls
yeah.
are bored.
Well, you're asking a woman, right? So I don't think there's anything wrong with it, just like I don't think there's anything wrong with guys' trips. You want to go away golfing, you and the guys want to go to Vegas, you and the guys want to, have a long weekend hunting in,
It's
wherever.
different, Tiff. It's not the same, Tiff.
No, I'm just saying, no, it is because it's about confidence and it's about
No.
knowing, it's about
That woman love to throw that
knowing
shit
the
out there like
Yeah.
from both.
purity.
Because at the
No.
end of the day, a guy can pray on a woman, right? With my wife at home. I'm up in the club. She won't know if I take this bitch home for tonight or get my dick sucked in the car,
But Tiff,
right?
you know how hard it is, Tiff? Well, listen, Tiff.
And
But you know how hard it is for a guy to go out and actually accomplish that? Like, here's the thing. When a woman goes out, she's offered shit constantly. When a man goes out, we have to be the ones doing the approaching. You get approached. It's not the same, Tiff. And
no,
also,
but
too,
that's what I'm saying. You can approach, right? Let's
okay,
be
but even
real.
if,
You can approach.
but Tiff, they did a study. Even pickup artists, guys who coach other men on how to get women, they
Mhm.
did a study. They only close like 5%, if that.
Exactly. So that means women are not
So
handing it out like candy.
no,
But
no.
Tiff,
But what I'm saying is that it's harder for men to say if a guy went out with the he with the idea of, you know what, I want to go out and get girls. I'm married. I want to have fun with the guys. I want to go out with the intent of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like slim to none. He's going to be successful. That's what I'm saying. Whereas that you go out, you're getting offered free drinks, free access to sections. Niggas is like just throwing shit at you. So it's not the same. And also too,
What you're doing. If I'm going on a girls trip, I am relaxing on an all-inclusive trip in the wilderness or on the beach. Don't talk to me. Don't bother me. I am chilling. Like
Tiff, you see them girls. Tiff, you see those girls that go on those Jamaican fucking vacations, and the Jamaican niggas be rubbing them down on the boats and shit. You saw that shit? Oh, stop. Oh, you don't see that shit? Oh,
I wish mine would, black man.
Well, see, listen. I can't
yo,
speak for those
and them
women.
Jamaican niggas be making girls feel confident. Girl can
But no,
have,
for real. Then they come
baby, you
home
look good.
confident. Like, yeah, I'm that bitch. No, I can't speak for all the
Facts,
women. I
baby
know
girl. Oh,
I
baby girl.
I have a touch thing. Like, I don't want people. I look.
That's if he's not handsome to you. Women, listen. Here's the thing. Women
He can
break
be
rules for some
handsome to
Man,
guys.
your hands have been on those
Tiff,
nasty ass
Tiff, stop
women
it, stop
before
it,
me.
stop it,
Tiff,
I'm
Tiff,
good.
Tiff.
Tiff, Tiff.
Okay,
You
nah.
She
front it. Let me tell you something,
capping.
Tiff. Right situation, right guy.
It's going down.
Tell him when to go. You
She gonna
stop
go.
it.
Right
She's
situation,
going.
right girl. Listen, in my world,
But the difference is this, though, Tiff. The difference is this, though.
yeah.
Men, we can, and I'm not saying it's right, but we can disassociate our emotions and feelings from the act. When a woman does that, remember, she's going on a girls trip with her friends because she's bored, because her husband doesn't make her feel pretty anymore. Like, we have to compete with that shit. We can still love you because of our duty to you, right, Tiff? Right? Because men, we love with actions. A lot of times, we can't fulfill all your fucking emotional needs because they change. So imagine now, my husband, he's on 2 work trips, busy, busting his ass, paying all the bills. You in fucking Jamaica, Dexter St. John, Dexter St. Isaac says the right thing at the right time.
No,
It's
all right.
over.
Well, I love that you made that point, right?
Yeah,
And
scary.
my point is you were in a very confident, comfortable, loving relationship. If you're not,
Tip, let me ask you a question, Tiff.
listen,
Is
if
having
you're
a
not,
casual,
then
but Tip,
that's
let me ask you a question. Tip, let me ask you a question, Tiff. Is having a casual conversation with a man at a bar cheating, Tiff?
what's the casual conversation? Hi, how are you?
It should no anything.
No, wait.
Come on, man.
Hear me out. The casual conversation is, oh, hi, I saw you across the bar. You're beautiful. Oh, thank you. Are you here by yourself? No, I'm here with my girlfriends, or some people lie. No, I'm here with my husband because they think about safety as well, right? Oh, you are? Oh, okay. Well, that's a lucky man. Yeah, he is. Oh, well, you're married? Yes, I am. Are you
Too
happy? Yes,
long.
I
That's too
am.
It's too
long.
long, Tiff.
No. But that's what I'm saying. No, it's not too long because I'm going to tell you something, guys.
Gotta watch.
No. Time out. Hear me out. It's not too long. You know why? Because I have been on the receiving end, and I know many women have been on the receiving end of very weird individuals. I want to say a really bad cuss word, where you blow somebody off and you don't talk to them, and now it actually makes their ego want to press you more. Women have to be very neutral and somewhat nice in those situations, because when I'm by myself, my nigga ain't here. I can't. He ain't in the bathroom and is about to come out and about to say something. So without my dude being here with me, I am going to try to maneuver out of this situation with the path of least resistance. Yes, I'm really happily married. Thank you so much. No, you don't. No, I'm good. I just got my drink. But thank you though. Thanks. That was very nice of you. Boom, done. Now, if it's like, nigga, please, now the dude is like, oh, you disrespected me, and now his ego's bruised. Now, more than likely, he's gonna want to say something. Now, granted, I'm going to smile and I'm going to wave because I don't know this dude from Adam. I don't know if he's a psychopath with ego issues or if he's shooting his shot. He's a really nice guy. So I'm going to treat everyone at that same basis, right? No one is going to get anywhere that I don't want them to be. And I think that that's really important when, like, we can't generalize the statement of, oh, if a man buys a girl a drink, now all of a sudden her panties are melting off of her. No, that's not how that works in the real world at all.
So let me ask you a question. So, Tiff, you don't think that accepting a drink from a man when you're in a relationship is cheating?
No.
Gotta watch you, Tiff. Gotta watch you, Tiff.
Especially, listen, look.
Accepting his phone number is bad. Giving your phone number is bad. Like,
let it be a good-looking guy, right time, says the right thing. 2 drinks in, a woman's not spending no money.
I'm sitting with you while I'm drinking. I'm getting my drink and I'm walking back to wherever I came from, nigga.
Suppose you were sitting at the bar, though. Suppose you were sitting at the bar,
and I'm going to ignore him afterwards. Thank you.
Okay, then you get another drink, right? Now you 2 in, and then you look at him. Now he looking like Idris Elba, right?
It'll never happen. I will sip my Long Island iced tea or my beer and keep it.
You know what I think?
I hear you, RoboCop.
Tip. You know what I think? I truly believe that when a woman's ready to be a wife and ready to be in a serious relationship, she is ready to give up anything that can compromise a relationship. Even things that she may not think is wrong, it might not look right. Right.
Absolutely.
From the outside looking in and understanding that a woman's behavior, even if she's not cheating, just with the, if people can kind of like think that, it can be damaging to that man's reputation.
That is a
I will
fact.
say
Like,
this for the women
you know what I'm
out
saying?
there.
Even if she didn't cheat, just if it appears that
That's
way,
facts.
like it doesn't look right. It's
Okay,
not nice.
appearing because a picture is worth 1,000 words, but just because the picture looks like a guy was kissing on me does not mean that that's what it was, right? So,
No, but remember, Tip.
so
Remember what I said. Even
appearing,
though it's not, but Tip. Even though it's not what it was, just the fact that
You in that position.
yeah, exactly. It appears that way. It gives room for people to start thinking,
I'm gonna need
right?
people to be mentally fit. But I'm gonna say this to the women out there. I'm gonna
You
say
was
this
just
to
talking about that you
the
want
men
to
that
fit.
are
Now you
listening, the men and the women. If
Okay.
you're in a relationship and your partner is not okay with something, and that something is reasonable, right? You know, I think you have that conversation and it's like, yeah. No, I personally think that accepting a drink from somebody at the bar is inappropriate. Then it's inappropriate. You know what I mean? Like, then absolutely, if you're serious about that person, then you want to be able to make each other feel comfortable. Because the way I look at it is, if I tell you, hey, I'm really, really uncomfortable when, I don't know, you call the waitress babe, right? It may seem so insignificant, right?
Mm.
But if I tell you what I'm uncomfortable with, I would want that same understanding and respect in return. So there's considerations, and everyone is different, right? But to the men and the women that are listening, if you're serious about that person and they do have a reasonable, you know, issue, not like, oh, I'm jealous and I don't want you working anymore because you're fucking everybody at your job. Now, no, those are red flags and you need to get away from that nigga really, really quickly.
But let me tell you something, Tiff. Without a woman's sexuality, as a like 95 fucking percent of what we value in you is your sexuality, right? A man, his sexuality is not as important as his woman's sexuality is in a relationship. Once you give your body away, once you flirt, you're fucking done.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
A man might not be able to sexually perform ever again. But if he's handling his business as a man, he can supplement that. This is other ways. This is why women love having guy friends. They don't gotta fuck them, but those guy friends still bring valuable things to the table. Think about it. If a man's not fucking you, but he's doing everything else right, he's still valuable to you.
Yeah.
Once a woman can't give you once your woman's sexuality is not completely yours, she's effectively fucking useless. You have no use to me.
Right. Okay.
So anything that deals with another man, you're done. Whether it's casual talks, accepting anything from any fucking man, you're done. Because once you even play around or flirt with that idea of if a man can benefit off of your sexuality in any way, I don't want you no more.
Yeah.
Men and women are not the same. Sperm is cheap, eggs are expensive.
When you mean benefit,
This is why, meaning this. And I had this discussion and I had this argument with someone about this. If you're online, if you're on Instagram, TikTok, and you're showcasing any part of your sexuality, you're done. Meaning, if you're my girl and you're on Instagram and you're doing a workout that focuses on your glutes, you're done. If you're showcasing twerking, if you're showcasing any type of sensual movement, right, that can be considered how can I say, objectifying
Sexual.
objectifying yourself in any way, if you're showcasing anything that you think is sexy about yourself to any other person, you're done.
Facts.
Yeah.
You're done.
Facts.
If you're showcasing anything that you find beautiful or sexy in yourself to the world or to another man, you're done because you're doing it for a fucking reason.
Facts.
And remember, actions speak louder than words. I don't care what you say. If that's that important to you, take a picture and keep it in your phone.
Facts. Why you got to show the world that?
Yeah.
So again, I'm gonna say this again. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but 90%, 100% of why men want to hang out with women, take them out on dates, is to get sex.
Yeah.
Women, look, women want time, attention, validation, and resources. Men, we want access to your beauty, to your body. That's how it goes. So when a man takes you on as a wife, somebody that we're willing to die for, protect, provision, support, if you give away the thing that we hold, that we think is the most valuable, you're done. You're not ours anymore.
Yeah, no, I agree. And everybody.
So that man buying you a drink, he's not buying you a drink because he wants to be a friend. He's trying to smash.
Oh yeah, but just
that man. All right. So
doing
if you're compliant, so
different
Tiff, if you're compliant to any man that's trying to get something sexual out of you, you're done.
Right.
That's it.
You've entertained that.
That's it. And as a man, part of what makes us good husbands or fathers, we have to think ahead. All right? Because like I told you, women like to play in the fucking gray area. Women like to do this. Me and my husband are not in the right space right now. So what I'm going to do is, that guy that wanted to take me for a friendly work coffee, I said no. See, like when a woman is totally happy and satisfied, when she's with a man that she loves, admires, and respects, and scared to fucking lose, all other guys are fucking invisible. And I'm gonna give you an example. When a woman's fucking single, listen to this. When a woman's single, she could be single and ready to mingle, but if she's around guys that she doesn't find attractive, she's going to act like she's in a fucking relationship. So why is it that girls who are single, when they're around guys they don't like, can act like they're in a relationship, but yet a girl in a fucking relationship can't act like she's in a relationship? Make that make sense. Think about that. A girl will lie to you and say, I'm not interested, I'm in a relationship, when she's single. But yet when she has a man, she's going to do the opposite. That makes no sense. So when, like I said, when a girl's with a man she loves, admires, and respects, all other men are fucking invisible. I've seen girls walk down the street and guys could be on the side attempting to talk. They'll put their phone on, act like they're on the phone. Sorry.
Yep.
So girls know how to act deaf, dumb, and blind and mute when they want to. So, and like I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna say one thing. And
no, I was just going to co-sign what I was about to co-sign what you said.
Yeah.
You said is a glorious thing. And if you want to know if she loves, admires, and respects you, you would know that by if she has eyes for other men. If she's a wandering eye
and
woman.
Also, see how you never know a woman until see how a woman acts when she's angry. That's when you know you're a woman.
Facts.
See what your woman says about you. Tip. See how your woman speaks about you when she's at her most angry, when she has her most when she's in her most angry mood, or when she's the most unhappiest. See what she says about you. See how she talks to you. See what kind of tone she utilizes when speaking to you, when you said no, when she's not getting what she wants, and when she's angry. How does she talk about you behind your back when she's angry? Right?
Yeah.
Like I always said, when a woman's happy and satisfied, she doesn't want to hear nothing from anybody else. But like I said, you guys like to play in the gray. So you guys will put yourself in a situation so something can magically happen. And when it fucking does, it's, oh, I don't know, one thing led to another.
That wasn't what I wanted to do.
But
this happened.
Yeah, but they can't logically say they're gonna do it.
You know what's interesting? I've seen what you're talking about play out in the opposite way, where men put themselves in the gray area, and then it's like
no. Tip. Here's the difference.
Oh my God!
Remember what I told you? No, Tip. Remember what I told you earlier. Men, there's no faking it. We like variety. Men, listen. Here's the difference. A man's going to cheat whether he's happy or not. They did a study on this. The men who cheat don't report are not reporting being unhappy more when they cheat. Men don't need a reason to cheat. Like, we cheat because we just want sex, right? Mm-hmm. You guys cheat. When a woman cheats, 9 times out of 10, I'm not saying always, but most of the time, when a woman cheats, there's a reason. Like, there's something going on. There's something going on. Like women cheat typically with emotion. I'm gonna give you a case in point. You could be the most handsome man in the world. A woman can find you attractive to the maximum. You still have to do things to make her comfortable enough to have sex with you. Right. A woman can think that you're handsome, so she'll put herself in a position to be alone with you, right?
Yes.
The fact that she let herself be alone with you shows that she finds something attractive about you. But that's just the first step. You still have to
Facts.
escalate to allow her to enter inside of you, right? Men,
She's setting it up for you to
yeah,
escalate it.
yeah. Men, we don't need a time. Men, we don't need you to make us feel anything. We need a time and a place. You
That's
don't.
it.
Men, we even have sex with girls we don't even like. Men
Facts.
will deal with women we don't like just to smash. You
Is that a
guys find,
is that a one-time thing you're talking about, or is that like
it could be a multiple
It
time
could
thing.
continue.
It could
It can
continue.
continue.
It could continue. Men and women don't look at sex the same. Like men, we will literally tolerate bad behavior just for sexual access, right? Men, right? And depending on how desperate he is, the more he's willing to tolerate. Women, though, you could be the most handsome guy. Being handsome to a woman just means you get the opportunity.
Facts.
Being handsome means you're just getting the opportunity to allow him to make you comfortable enough to have sex. Like for
So
a
you
woman
can
to have,
find a
yeah,
reason
for
to do
yo,
that.
this is why men don't take back. Men should
Oh,
never
God.
take back a woman that cheats because you know what kind of fucking
Facts.
emotional state and comfortability your girl had to be in to let him smash.
Mm,
It's
Yeah.
steps,
yeah,
there's layers to that shit.
Facts.
yeah.
Facts. She lay
Oh,
down with
no,
another.
wait a minute. Time.
She don't love you, cuz.
What's up? She said red flag on the play.
She may not love you, and that might be true, right?
Don't
And
trust
Mo,
you.
what you said is true too. That for her to get to that point, like
Yeah.
she's had to get like open herself completely up. How did she get there? How did she get there?
I just told you.
She
So
went
here's
out
the
and
thing.
accepted a
Yeah,
drink.
yeah,
Remember,
yeah.
no, she got there because she was bored. So this
No,
goes back to
She
the
went out
first
there and
topic.
accepted a drink.
no, not bored.
She went out and accepted a
No,
drink.
listen.
Tip.
Shut up.
So listen, Tip.
No,
The reason
wait,
why.
no. Listen, though. But if your woman was safe and comfortable and had her eye on the ball the whole time, and then she wanders, right? Where's the accountability? Why does your woman,
Accountability on her part. She controls herself.
how come your woman is seeking attention?
Why not just break up with the man, Tiff? Tiff, why not just break up with the man?
Of course, that is the
Tiff.
in a perfect
Here's
world.
the thing, Tiff.
In a
So let me ask you a question, Tiff. So let me ask you a question, Tiff.
But I'm still saying at the end of the day, I can still say the same thing. Listen,
Tiff, let me ask you a question, Tiff.
Mm-hmm.
Snitching is wrong. Once you step out of the civilian world, people like to make excuses for fucked up behavior, right? Listen to this. Once you decide that you're going to do illegal things, snitching becomes wrong, right?
Okay.
It doesn't matter what the guys you were dealing with did. Snitching is fucking wrong. You're no longer a civilian. When you're in a relationship, if your man is doing things to make you feel unwanted, leave him, have respect for yourself, and get out of that relationship. Right? What I'm saying to you is that if a woman can find it in herself to make an excuse to cheat, Tiff, she's capable of anything. Because at the end of the day, how are you you cheating on a man that you're with? How is that benefiting you? That's another body, letting another man enter your body. How is that going to make you? It might make you feel good in the moment, but you still have to go home and live with that shit. And guess what? You're cheating on your man that proved to you he was valuable enough to be your man with a nigga that don't give a fuck about you.
Fuck about you. Facts. I say that all the time.
Again,
so Tiff, you're cheating with a man that didn't do a fraction of what the man you're cheating on with did.
And that man is not going to take you if you left your man anyway.
No. Of course not. Yeah, that's not even a question. That's not even, yeah. But I'm just saying at the end of the day, let's say it's because of boredom, right? Usually there's probably a small percentage that do it because they're bored, but a major...
Tiff, women cheat because, he told me what I wanted to... Listen, you know what women say a lot of times when they say that shit? I was in a place in my life where I needed the attention. I needed to feel pretty. I needed someone to listen to. Women cheat for shit like think about it. We smash other chicks, men, because she looked all right. Men, we like variety anyway, so we don't need a reason. We smashed her, go back to the wife. Not saying it's right. I'm just saying men and women are different. Women, he was the right place at the right time. He said the right things. He made me feel wanted. Feelings. Feelings. He made me feel wanted. He made me feel loved.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. You guys said maybe about 10 minutes ago, right? That when a woman is into her man, she's got her blinders on, she's not sending out any energy or vibe. She is locked in, right? At some point in time, the majority of the time when a woman is no longer locked in, it's because of some things that are happening, some dynamics that are happening within the
Yes.
relationship, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so
Yep.
I'm not saying that woman going and solving her issue that way is right. Absolutely not. It's wrong. You got to, like you said, you got to look at yourself in the mirror, have morals and do things that wouldn't compromise your morality, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Period. But we also know we live in the real world, and not every woman has that sense of, duty to themselves and to God, right? I'm just saying that at the end of the day, most of the time when women cheat, it is because they're lacking something that's no longer there. And I agree, in a perfect world, oh, just leave the man. Right. Of course. Well, what you're married, you got kids, your finances are commingled, there's things, and it's maybe not that easy to be like, okay, I'm done, right? Because we don't live in a perfect world. So I just want to say that yes, we can sit there and say, oh yeah, the man is done with that woman, she violated him and all that, but the violation happened way before.
But who's to say? But Tiff,
Well, let me,
Okay, go.
no, good,
Now I
son.
was gonna say like, but who's to say that it was not just how she feels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because what's real and how you feel are not the same. You can't expect a person to keep up with you emotionally. Like as a man, we have things in the real world to worry about, right? Because
Yeah.
men, we love with action, right? Women love based upon nurturing and how they feel they treat you. So one thing I would say is what keeps her in a place that she respects you is that you got to check that shit early. You have to check it early, and that's what's going to keep her respecting and admiring you. Is bad behavior gets checked early, and if she feels like you're not paying attention to her, you're those excuses are not valid. Because what if you say, okay, babe, you talk about it, and you start doing things that make her feel validated? What if she starts to feel those things again?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't control how another person feels. You can only control what you do, right? The actions that you take within a relationship, stuff that's quantifiable. You can't keep up with a woman's feelings.
Mm-hmm.
So any
I was
woman,
just,
oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. What you saying?
no, good. I thought you
No,
were
no,
finished,
no,
bro.
no, 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 not yet, bro.
I would just say this though, right, Tiff? That yeah, something changed, but that's called a trial, right? Like it's a trial in the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that's testing a relationship. So if she chose to stray because of a trial, that means she wasn't committed to the relationship, and that means that she's not really who you thought she
Let's not
was. And
minimize that. I hear what you're saying.
hold on. Right? It's a trial. You work it out or you leave. Imagine this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Christian man, right? Imagine I'm a Christian man. I'm in the church. I get my life has been going great. Everything that I wanted has been going good. Now something comes up and it's not going my way.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there, God, I need this. I got, you don't get the answer. Is it right for me to say, you know what? I'm going to go serve Satan now because God didn't give me this now when I really needed it? That's the same thing you doing in a relationship. Because I feel a certain way about not getting something or something came up. Now I'm going to stray. That means I ain't shit. And I really was never dedicated to whatever it was in the first place. So it's a trial, and hard trials are necessary to establish truth. So the truth would be that you ain't shit and you can't stay committed in the
Oh, that nigga
Or
ain't.
she's more loyal to her feelings than the actual mission.
yeah, and when you're loyal to your feelings, you ain't shit. That's anybody. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No,
When
no.
it's just about
I
your
agree with
feelings,
that.
you ain't shit.
Wholehearted, because you got to be logical about it, because we can all, we all have feelings. I feel like I want to slash somebody's tires, right? Let's, But logically, you're gonna have to pay for that shit, and you might get the cops called on your ass.
And you're gonna have to pay for that relationship. Now
And
the
now,
relationship is broken.
right. And now this dude is looking at you like, okay, you slash my, like, you went that far, like you are crazy. Now you're labeled as the crazy bitch
Right.
in that person's life, right? You know what I mean? So that's why you're not supposed to move on emotions and feelings, and you're supposed to get out of them and be very logic on, okay, let me make these decisions based on, if
And
I
Tip,
do this, then this is going to be the product of my decision. So let me be smart about it. For the people
and,
that don't understand the logical thinking, you gotta be smart about it.
and Tip, women cheat for the same reasons why they leave relationships. Is bullshit. Think about it. Like I said, the common denominator in breakups is women. In lesbian relationships, having higher divorce rates than gay men. And heterosexual relationships, women initiate the divorces for things that could have been worked out. It's crazy. So they're willing to break up a family for happiness. You think they're not willing to fucking cheat for happiness or lack thereof? Same shit.
I did
And I just think,
some digging on that.
okay,
The rate of lesbian divorce, and what
mm-hmm.
I found in some of my readings was that it's because women can say, yeah, this isn't working, I think that we should leave, whereas a man and a woman in a marriage, there's going to be, well, I don't want to
Men,
do,
we're just no. Listen, Tip, we're
I'm
used to suffering.
comfortable, or
No,
they're
no,
not going
is
to bring
that?
it up.
Hold on, let me
And
hear this.
and
I want to hear this. I want to hear this. I want to hear this, bro.
Yeah.
Let me hear this.
Yeah.
One party is suffering in silence, and because the other party is unwilling to have that conversation, and so it just prolongs that relationship. Whereas when two women are in a relationship, they can have those conversations and say, this isn't working, you know what, you're right, it's not working, and move on. Now again, I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong. What I'm saying is the difference is two women can recognize and say and be comfortable enough to say, this is not working,
but Tip,
So
let
you're
me ask you a
proving the
you're
question.
point.
not my
Exactly.
person, or
You
whatever that
But
is.
Tip, let me ask you a question, Tip.
you're proving the point,
What
Ted.
about men are just more likely to stick with something even if it's not working and try to figure out, right, some ways to make it work.
A lot of
What if
times
men?
comfortability, like they
No,
don't
but it's not just that. It's just
So
that
then
men.
what about gay relationships then? Because gay relationships have the least divorce. This is what we were saying last time. If men with men are not likely to get divorced because of whatever reason, but it's obviously shown based off of what you
Mhm.
said, those two men are going to work it out. Women are just going to hold on. Women in a lesbian relationship are just going to voice it and say, you know what, I don't like this. We need to move on. And then that's it. A man and a woman, like you said, one person is suffering in silence, which would typically be the man, right? He's just saying, you know what, I committed to this,
I signed up for
and
this
I'm
shit.
gonna stick it through. We're
That's
gonna
right.
have to work through this. While the woman is saying, I can't take this, I want to leave. Then you have the gay relationships with the two men. They're obviously coming to a conversation, or they're saying, you know what, it's not that serious to break up over. Let's figure it out. That's what you just proved, Tiff.
And
Right.
then women also think that there's something. Tip,
Go ahead.
women also think that there's something better out there for them. Always. This is why they get.
Yeah,
You know.
peace and quiet. Not better as in another man.
No, Tiff.
They always
Not
think there's
better,
another
not
man that's
not
better. They
oh,
always
there's
think there's
another
another.
man out there for me. No, like it's
Tip. Most women, Tip.
And then when they're peace and quiet and lonely, they want a cat, they want dogs because they don't like peace and quiet and they don't like to be lonely.
Tip.
okay.
When they
Most
could
I'll
have had
women,
a
take that.
companion,
And like
but
it's
Tip,
right,
when
but
you get
Tip,
a
but
cat
Tip.
and a
Most
dog.
women, Tip.
when they
Yeah, okay.
But most women don't leave relationships to be single. Listen, remember this, Tip. And you're a woman, and you could like correct me if I'm wrong.
Mhm.
But no woman's ever fucking single. Somebody's smashing. Like even the most single
facts,
woman. I'm not
facts,
saying always, Tip, but most women have somebody that they're seeing, Tip.
98%.
Night. Most women are
X
never single.
man,
Something,
something.
Singing and
something.
smashing are two different things.
Seeing is smashing.
So why is somebody smashing if they're not worthy to be in
I'm
a
saying though,
Relationship
relationship
with.
with?
singing and smashing are two different things, though.
But we're saying
But
there's
as much as it
always two.
takes to get to a point to smash a woman, here's what I always say, Tiff. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is where we differ in between men and women. Any man that a woman lets have sex with her typically is good enough to be her boyfriend. I'm gonna
Okay.
say it again. He has enough opportunity to fuck up. Meaning, any woman that a man lets inside of her typically pass the boyfriend check. She might find out later he's a bum, he's not ambitious, but he did enough to make her that comfortable, right, to have sex with her,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because I always say, Tiff, even the most promiscuous woman is still more selective, right? It's still more selective than the most fucking celibate man,
Mm-hmm.
the most conservative man. The most promiscuous woman is still more selective than the most conservative man. So what I'm saying to you is that women can't judge who we have sex with based upon if we would allow that kind of woman to be our girlfriend. We'll sleep. We like everything. Men will sleep with anything, right? Women typically sleep with only the kind of man that makes the cut. There's so many men that comes a woman's way. She selects out of hundreds. Oh, he's the one that I want to sleep with. Because a woman might let you give her some attention. She might let you take her out. But to sleep with her, you reached a different kind of level.
And that's why
Right.
ultimately we talk about
So,
choice, right?
yeah, but
It's like a woman actually chooses the man. The man
but
doesn't choose the woman.
so women choose who has sex, men choose who gets the ring. That's how it goes. We choose who gets the relationship. We give out the ring, you give out the sex. So, but what I'm saying to you, Tiff, I said all that to say is that when a woman is single, women don't leave men typically to be single. They leave men because they think that there's already a nigga there waiting, right? Or they think, oh shit, let me give these niggas on my D. Like there's so much options out there for me. Let me see what I can get, right? As men, once we sign up to do something, no matter how hard it is, while we're going through it, we're going to stick and stay. And if I'm starting a fucking business and I'm taking the personality traits of how men are in relationships and the personality traits with how women are in relationships, who would you rather start a business with? A motherfucker that's going to stick it out even when the business kind of goes through some adversity, or a person's going to just get up and run and leave when they don't feel right or they feel like something's off. That's just not good qualities and traits to have when partnering with someone, Tiff.
Mm-hmm.
So as men, we have a lot to lose and we have a lot to think about. So going all the way back, be okay with women that are okay with being bored.
Yeah.
I think that men should avoid dating seriously or getting into serious relationships or marrying women that cannot be bored, that don't know how to be bored,
Agreed.
and that don't embrace boredom. That's it.
This is
Simple.
the one podcast thus far that I'm going to say I agree with you 1,000%.
Oh my god. I'm not
I
gonna hold my
approve this
breath.
message.
All right, all right. Thank you, Tiff. Thank you for being honest.
You're welcome.
Oh, any closing remarks?
Yeah, man. I'll just say, find someone who fits you. You know what I mean? If you when you're choosing, find your tribe, because if not, you're in for an emotional roller coaster, and it's being on a roller coaster all day is never good.
Mm-mm.
You know what I
No.
mean?
Facts.
It's fun at an amusement park
It's
for
fun.
20 seconds when you ride in that thing, but try staying on that thing all day. You're gonna be in a bad situation. So find someone who fits your lifestyle and go from there.
Facts. 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 Tiff.
Do the stress test in the beginning. Dive deep, ask those questions. Um, and double down on it. You like reading? Oh, really? What are you reading? What's your favorite book? Tell me something about it. Oh, you like to cook? What's your favorite dish? And delve deep, because people out there are bullshitting. They're saying things to you that sound like the right answers, or they think, oh, this is what this person wants to hear. And it's up to us to navigate through that and really, really find the truth.
When looking for your future wife, don't look for excitement qualities. Look for stability and reliability qualities. look for qualities of consistency.
Yeah.
A woman that's grounded, a woman that's not going to, when things are going good, she's not going to be overly excited. When things are going bad, she's not going to be, too down. You want somebody that's kind of as even kill as possible. I think that's your safest bet. And stay
And
away from women that can't be bored. That's my conclusion. For all the reasons why, for all the reasons why we talked about today on this episode. Until next time,
Yes,
the
sir.
Guys Podcast. I got my brother Omar Muhammad and my sis Tiff. It's been fun. Next episode's coming real soon. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Thank you for your time.
Love you too, brother.
see
All
you
right.
guys. Good night.
Later. Peace.
Yes.